Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us for Powering Progress, Securing Global Leadership with AI driven observability in India. In today's session, we will explore how organizations can strengthen operational resilience, improve visibility across increasingly complex IT environments, and unlock greater business value through AI driven observability. Today's session will be presented by Neeraj Kumar, Director Solutions Engineering APJ GSI at SolarWinds. In this session, he will share insights on how AI driven observability can empower organizations in India to manage complexity, accelerate innovation, and strengthen their position in the global digital economy.
Thanks, everybody, for joining today's session. My name is Neeraj Kumar, and I lead the solutions engineering team for SolarWinds, focusing more on Asia Pacific and Japan business, as well as the global SI business. Now, today's session is all about where SolarWinds actually partnered with IDC to understand AI impact adoption and use cases, how it's actually leveraged and used across the various enterprises and government organizations in the APAC region. Now, in today's session, we'll more focus on India and basically results from discussions with Indian organizations, how they are trying to secure global leadership with AI-driven observability, especially in the IT operations area. Keep your questions coming in the chat window, and we'll definitely try to answer them at the end of the session. We'll first start with India's AI adoption. How we are moving from pilots to scale. What are the use cases where organizations are investing, and the planned investments across 2026. Then we'll move more towards IT operations area and how Indian enterprises are scaling AIOps, generative AI, agentic AI, especially in the IT operations area. We'll, with obviously the AI implications in IT ops landscape and more AI becoming prevalent, how is the new IT ops landscapes going to look out, and what are the challenges and barriers which needs to be taken care of to adopt these use cases. And finally, we'll talk about how SolarWinds is solving some of those challenges, as well as what are the use cases and how we are adopting AI and building use cases across our solutions and all. So let's go deeper and dive into these areas. Now, if I start with India AI adoption, from the survey, from the discussions which we had with various organizations and customers together with IDC, number one priority obviously was IT ops, and major investments are planned in this area, especially in 2026. So that's 74%, followed by AI augmented merchandising, as well as augmented intelligence systems and all. Correct. Now, if you focus more on IT ops area, I think it was pretty clear that 62% of organizations are already adopting AI ops, mainly to modernize their infrastructure, applications, operations, and things like that. Correct. Even the astonishing part was that 40% of organizations have already started deploying agentic AI, which is all about how we can automate some of those things and eventually move to autonomous operations or autonomous operational resilience, which we'll talk about in the later slides. Now, we've more focus, especially around AI ops area, correct? And let's focus more on how Indian enterprises are scaling AI ops and also leveraging things like Gen AI, agentic AI to drive operational resilience and business growth. So if we look at the data from the results which we had from the survey, the capabilities required across the organizations, I think 71% of the organizations are in favor of getting how can we get real-time observability. So that's the top priority or the capability requirement which is coming up, followed by automated remediation, which is 68% of the organizations, followed by root cause analysis, which is 59%. Noise reduction is interesting. I think this was like you have IT ops teams flooded with alerts and not insights which becomes actionable, correct? So noise reduction obviously is one of the key priority. And then, this is one of my favorite, which is predictive prevention. While we get to issue, we get insights, we get RCA, we solve that issue. But can we prevent that issues from happening? Correct. What can we do so that that issue doesn't happen? Correct. So that's the preventive prevention, and that's also on top of required capabilities from 45% of the organizations. Correct. Another interesting aspect from this was 61% actually prefer platform-based approach. Correct. So no longer do siloed solutions and siloed observability across compute, storage, security, network, and observability. 61% of organizations actually prefer platform-based approach. Correct. Followed by things like machine learning-driven capacity optimization. This is also coming a lot more, especially where you are basically, you want to predict when I need to buy more hardware, when my saturation limits are going to reach, and all of those things are not correct. And then security also is one of the important factors, one of the major strategic priorities. Like, we are adopting AI, we are adopting all these use cases and all. How can we adopt in a more secured, governance way where we can have a overall governance around that, what data we are exposing, what data we are sending. So that's also coming as one of the key priorities and all. Correct. And then other two are pretty obvious, which is resilient digital backbones. Whatever interfaces we are exposing for our customers, partners, stakeholders and all. Those digital backbones should be obviously resilient. They should be foolproof, no attacks, and obviously performing pretty well for our customers, and the end user experiences are great on those things. Okay. And then FinOps part is also coming more and more important. While we keep on throwing infrastructure, we keep on leveraging AIs, we keep on leveraging tokens, and all of those things and all. How can we optimize all of those things and leverage to the best of the ability? So wherever it's required, you use. How can we optimize the infrastructure, cloud costs, and all of those things? So that's also as one of the top priorities. Now, if we drill down into the ITOps landscape, correct, which is now going to be more and more powered by AI, and obviously, how can we leverage more and more AI across this ITOps area? To adopt to that or to move to that level, there are obviously challenges. Okay, so one of the major challenges is the hybrid complexity, which is 58% of organizations actually mentioned that we have complex hybrid environments. Again, data silos. 39% actually mentioned the tool sprawl. Everything we are using separate solutions to kind of get data. So the problem is not data. The problem is actually siloed, and the complexity across these hybrid environments. And the other important part was the skill shortage. Struggling with resources in cloud, DevOps, database area, which is obviously slowing down all these AI adoptions and all these modernizations, which the benefits comes out of these AI adoptions. So effectively, if you look at it, the real barrier is not the technology, it's actually the capacity. Just 30% of the organizations actually attributed to not having the right technology and tools in place, correct? So while we have the tools, we have the technologies, we have the data, we are collecting so much data across all of those layers and all. But obviously the siloed nature of that data, the skill set from the team perspective, and also the overall process is actually making it a lot more difficult to respond to issues quickly and effectively to move to what we want to do is an autonomous operational resilience. Okay, so 51% actually told that the processes are making it difficult to adopt. Obviously, 36% told that the teams where they don't have enough people, skill gap, and all of those things. Only 13% tools, which was pretty interesting data to understand. So what are we doing from a SolarWinds perspective? So we talked about tools, we talked about processes, and obviously we talked about the technology areas, the data collections across each of those layers are all correct. So effectively, it's people, process, and technology. And how SolarWinds solves this problem is that if you look at it, we have everything integrated as part of the overall platform. Now, if you look at the left-hand side, it's all about how can we collect data, observability data across all of these technology layers and all. be it network, be it infrastructure, which can be physical servers, virtual servers, cloud, containers, Kubernetes, and all of these environments, be it databases, be it applications, COTS applications, custom-built applications, be it end user experience, how users are using our digital channels, our applications, and also the security.